Okay, so this is a video of how to use the extreme area for deal alerts if you're a tier 3 site subscriber. So I'm going to be showing you from Xbox here, but this will be the same thing for PlayStation and PC. So as you can see, during the times when it's running, which is near to 18, 19 hours a day, you can see every 2 to 3 seconds or onwards they do pop up as brand new cards, like it notifies you of new cards. So what this is actually doing is it's storing the previous price, which is, imagine you go onto Footwiz. I'm just going to click here for this example, but just imagine we go onto Footwiz, okay? And you see Godin, what it's doing is it's storing this price right now at 46,000. And then what it's going to do is it's then monitoring this page, but this is what the bot does, is it monitors this page, and it then, when it changes, it picks up the new value, and if that value has dropped by a certain price, or a certain percentage, then we ping it into here, as you can see here, for example, Laporte, and that will tell you that the card has gone from 46,000 as the lowest buy now on the market to, let's say, 42. So for an example here would be Laporte 88 rule breakers. The previous price is 230, the new price is 210. So you'd see this and you'd think, okay, that's 20k down. It doesn't necessarily mean that he sells at 230. So the things you'll need to open for this will be, you'll keep a tab open like this and you will have Footbin open. And what you'd be doing is you'd search these cards in. The first thing you need to do to make sure you're doing this is top right corner where the red circle is on the screen right now. You need to select your platform. So if you're on Xbox, select Xbox obviously. Just make sure that's on the right one. And now go into here and just type the player in. For example, Laporte. Again, I have this red cursor so you can see clearly what I'm clicking. So you go into market sales history. The one thing to note here is why you have to do this bit here with the consoles is because if you don't, these links are the exact same thing. If I change this, or if I click on this, you see it says 232. If I close this, if I click on this one, it still says 232 because what this is showing is the market sales history for Xbox because I'm on Xbox. If I change to PlayStation, you'll see it will change. So you need to ensure you're looking at the right market sales history on here first. So imagine that Laporte that we've seen in Discord, which again, there's been so many more deals since, but the Laporte's here. Imagine 210 to 230. He's currently in the market for 210 apparently, and he was previously 230. So the lowest buy now before was 230, he's now 210. So we've now gone to Footbin, and we'd be looking at market sales history to see, can he sell nearer back to the previous price, or did he actually sell around that price today on a regular occurrence, or enough to make it a chance where there's profit in it. So back to Footbin, and you'll see a 232 sale at 3:09 AM. The time of recording this is 4:43. You see a 208, you see a 220, 260, 220, 230, 239. So you see he typically sells around 235 off an average day. You can look at this and think, right, 235 is pretty likely to sell as he sold a bit above it and quite a bit below it. So the median of that across the few hours that he's been here is 235 would be a good sell price. If you're wondering what a net price is, it's the price after tax, so how much you receive for the card after the EA tax. So if you sold at 232 and you get 220, 400 after tax. So if you could pick this deal up, which it said was 210 when it pinged you at 441, then obviously you'd be making 10,000 coins on that card. These cards can take an hour to sell, they could take 5 minutes to sell, they could take a 12-hour listing, but they do sell. And I've been doing this for the past week and it's been paying out a lot. So in this situation right there, that Laporte is a good deal because you've seen the market sales history, and you can also do this where you click on the click here URL, or you can click the name. So if we click on this, it will direct us straight to Footwiz, and you'll see this value here, okay? As long as this one below this, the 889 here, as long as that isn't ridiculously high, for example 55,000 coins, this value below it is telling you how much he's up since yesterday's daily average. So yesterday's daily average price for this card on PC was 55k below this because he's currently up 55k here. So he was 245 daily average. That's his average price on PC over the past 24 hours. So if you see this at 290 and the next one at 250, that might not necessarily be a deal, which is why we use Footbin market sales history to make sure that they do sell at the previous price that would be 290 here. We need to make sure they do sell basically. But that Laporte in this example is a good deal because you've seen on the sales history 232, but you've also seen 210. So it goes as low as 210 up to 232. And that's all within the space of a few hours, as you can see. I'd be looking up to the past 24 hours in sales when it comes to this. If you want to be faster with sales as well, you want to look at these market sales history, and you'll see certain cards that ping you. They will have a lot less sales history over the day. That basically already tells you this card's going to take longer to sell. Like if it was a card that had like 2 sales histories over the past 12 hours, you know buying that card, you could be in for a long wait on that card to sell it because he's not heavily demanded. Doesn't mean he doesn't sell, but you need to take that into consideration when you pick up that card. So imagine that Laporte was there. Again, it's been like 5 minutes now, but we will just double check. If that Laporte was there for 210, then we already know there's 10,000 coins at least in that card. He's still on the market at 210, okay? The other thing you can do is just put 232 into here because we've already checked market sales, and you see how many are there. You can see there's only one on the market right now, so I'm going to pick this card up. And it's as simple as that. It is literally as simple as that. As you can see, I think I've already sold the other Laporte I had. I actually have. I already did this for 210. I got notified earlier and got for 210. So there's proof they do sell. All of these are using the extreme alerts. I've had countless, as you guys know. Just practice with this and you'll get the hang of it. What I'm going to show you though is an example where the card might not necessarily be a good deal that's pinged you. Let me just ensure it's back on Discord. It is. So if you go up one here, okay, you can see this Roy Keane. It tells you previous price 800,000 and it tells you current price 560,000. The reason for the live target sell price, we leave this on here as an automatic thing which adapts around the previous price. The reason for this is to give you guys some kind of idea of where to sell at should the card be worth said value of 800k. Obviously what this would mean is at the point of the previous scan that this card was obviously really limited on the market. Doesn't mean he sold at 800,000, but that was the lowest buy now at that point. So you do need to consider this. So you click on here and immediately you'll see here 165,000 positive. That already tells you don't even bother looking at this card because in the past 24 hours his average price has been 165,000 coins less. So you can already tell this card would be a bad buy. If you don't have time to go onto Footbin, or you don't have it on your mobile, you can always look at the hourly graph on Footwiz. Again, this won't tell you how much they sell for and how regularly they sell, but it gives you some kind of idea, okay? So you'd see 392, 390, and you see these highs are 515, 490. You'd be looking for the median price of where he gets to roughly up to the peak over the hourly graph. So he's as low as 392 was his lowest point on the graph of the hours, 390. And then his highest was 515. He typically hits around 450, like, he seems to hit 450 on a few occasions, 430. So anywhere between 430 to 450 here would be a likely sell price for this card. So now knowing that, you'd be looking obviously for the 390s. But again, the whole purpose of this is to notify you of deals that change and what's on the market at the time. This works 24/7 when the bot's running. You just need to obviously do these checks like I'm explaining to you here. So when it comes to determining the sell price, you're looking for the average price. We'll do another one live now. So if the Perlo just pops up for 406 and the previous price is 500, the live target sells 492. So you click here and you immediately see up 21,000 coins and that's off 406. The next one's 470. So what we're going to go do is we're going to go over to Footbin. We're going to type the search and then we're going to type in Perlo and then look at his moments card. So you see 430 here, 470 here. We're on Xbox because obviously we're on Xbox. Market sales history. You see 385 sold, 385, 350, 375, 362. This is already telling you at 400,000 coins, which this deal's told you, and to sell at previous price 500, he was clearly limited at that time, and that this card is unlikely to sell at that price because he has sold countless times in the past 5 hours at 385, 385, 350. It is really important you do check this if you've got no idea what you're doing. This tells you what to do basically. You'd see this and you'd immediately know that you can't buy this card, okay? But then you go back to here and you'll see the next one below it was Sancho, 310, then 335, just popped up. Again, click here. Tells you up 10,000 coins and you can see the values below it are the next ones on the market apparently. 315, 325, 335. Same thing will go here because I'm doing this live and I don't really know Sancho's price. Click on Sancho. And we'll go to market sales history. So here we can see 310s and he got as low as 300 on sales. You don't necessarily need to be buying at the lowest point when it's notifying you because obviously if he sells for higher then you're likely to make money still. You see here he sold at 358, 330, 350. So this guy he's had multiple occasions where he does sell at a peak of 350 and 360. You're looking in between these numbers. So you're seeing a low sale of 310, 300, and then you'll see in sales of 350, 360. They're not regular, so you haven't got a 100% chance of selling at that price, but there's enough occasions there where I'd look at this and think, right, I can't sell at I wouldn't say go sell at 350, 360 because it is, but my idea of what a sell price would be in this instance would be 337 because I'm looking in between 300 and 360 and where I can make the most money. So if I sold at 337 and I picked up for 310, the tax is 17,000 coins. You can work that out by multiply it by 0.95 in the calculator. So we'd see that and we'd think, right, there's 10,000 coin profit, and if you want the card, you could pick up the card. Basically, the higher the price of the cards, then it's up to you how much you make on the card. But I would probably pick that up if it was me, personally. Just going to check if he is on the market. The only thing that's putting me off it is a live card, and it is obviously Saturday night into Sunday right now when I'm recording this. But most of this is it's not even on the market, but that would probably be a situation where I pick it up. The only contradiction to what I just said of 337 is now I've looked on the market that has 3 hours remaining. I don't really pay attention too much to the ones below the hour. So anything with below an hour remaining, I don't really care about because the card will fluctuate as well. And we know he sells at highs of 350, 360. So if you wanted to have a lot more likely chance of selling the card faster and more likely chance of actually selling the card, you'd obviously undercut the ones above the hour. Unless it's the cheapest on the market, obviously. So you'd actually have to sell it at probably 332. Now looking at that, because that's above the hour and it's 335. Now selling at 332, you're only making 5,000 coins, 10,000. I don't think it's even 10,000 coins because the tax is like 17,000 coins. But that would then make it kind of tell you that's not really as much of a good deal. So we showed you the Laporte where you actually do see a good deal and the ones where you might not see a good deal because